Well, that was weird. I'm not sure if I thought that was good or not. I'll get to that later, but let's just talk about night one just wrapped up. And yeah, this was a weird ass fucking night. So, pre-show, I can say Gulak versus Cesaro was pretty good. Bit short, and the ending was really surprising. Seeing Cesaro do a no-hands airplane spin to pick up the victory. Okay. Nothing else to say about the pre-show. Then comes the actual card. We start off with the women's tag match, the women's tag team title match. I'm not sure if it's just because, sure, I didn't like the results because, Asuka fan really wanted her to win at WrestleMania. Of course, she lost. She didn't take the pinfall, thankfully, but yeah. But this match just felt like another Raw match. It just didn't feel special at all. So, meh. Then we had Baron Corbin versus Elias, which actually did happen. And Elias won with the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up. He grabbed the tights, sure. But, I'm not sure that was the right call. The match itself was alright, I guess. It wasn't anything special. Then we came to what I think might be the worst match purely from a booking standpoint. Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. That match started off a little bit so, but it started to pick up, and then Becky reversed the Kirifuda clutch into a surprise pinfall, and she won. They pulled an Asuka. All the momentum that Shayna had built up, and they threw it in the trash. The entire women's division on Raw was destroyed at the Elimination Chamber. Also, Shayna could lose to Becky. Vince, you're an idiot. And apparently, you hate NXT. Because apparently, long-reigning NXT Women's Champions comes up on the main roster, gets a huge build-up, comes to WrestleMania in a title match, and they lose. Because that's of course what happens. That was dumb. That was super fucking dumb. Fuck you. Fuck you, Vince. I'm just telling you that right now. That was terrible. Then we move on to Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. All I can say about this match, why are we treating Sami Zayn like someone who can't wrestle? Just why? Why couldn't we have a proper match between them? After the whole shenanigans where he's just running away, then Cesaro and Shinsuke are taken out, then we could have had a proper match. But no. Sami got a little bit of offense after a lucky shot, but he didn't perform at all. He didn't really wrestle. He's a former NXT champion, for Pete's sake. And then more interference, and he gets hit by a haluva kick out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn retains. I don't know what to say. That was... it wasn't a good... yeah, it's nice that Sami won a match at Mania, but still... why are we treating Sami Zayn like he can't wrestle? I would have liked to see a proper match between them. Anyway. Moving on to when the show actually started to get good. The triple threat ladder match. John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Jimmy Uso put on a great match. It is super fucking weird to watch a ladder match where there's no crowds. No one's yelling, no one's chanting, no one's reacting. It's really fucking weird. This is the weirdest fucking shit I've ever seen. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't... I'm sorry, I'm just processing something else. I will get to that later. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, if any of you see that I pause a lot in my videos sometimes, it's because I'm starting to think about something and I just clam up. So, sorry about that. But anyway, what I wanted to say was that match that was really good. The finish was weird. It's like they pulled down the golden hatch that they usually have the title belts on. All of them were holding it, and then they were just saying, I took it down, I'll take it down. And then Morrison falls off and pulls the titles off of the latch, falls down, and apparently he's crowned the winner because he held the titles when he fell down. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but that was weird as fuck. But, okay, Morrison wins. I mean, The Miz is out sick, so maybe that wasn't the right call, but whatever. Morrison is still the tag team champion alongside The Miz, so okay. Match itself was really good. Speaking of really good, then we had Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Good match to start off with. No, it was good. And then the weird shit happens. Seth Rollins goes on the outside, grabs the ring bell, hits Kevin Owens, DQ finish. And you think, oh, really? You're ending the match like that? Rollins walks off having lost the match to Kevin Owens. Then Kevin Owens grabs the mic and says, no, we're not ending it like that. I want to challenge you to a no DQ match. And Rollins says, okay, we'll do it. And apparently the referee agrees. Ring the bell. Restart the match as a no disqualification. We had a bit of weapon shots back and forth. Then Kevin Owens smashes Rollins in the face a couple of times with the ring bell, puts him on the announce table, climbs a huge stage of the Wrestlemania sign, jumps off it through the announce table, gets him inside the ring, ring stunner, 1, 2, 3, Kevin Owens wins. It was good, a bit weird with how they changed the match on the fly like that, but still, good match. Not sure if it was better than the latter match, but still good. Then I believe they did the 24/7 stuff. R-Truth shows up with Gronk and Mojo. Gronk knocks down R-Truth. Tries to pin him, but Mojo pushes him off. Mojo pins R-Truth, wins the 24/7 championship, and walks off. Then we get Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. I think this match lasted 2 minutes, give or take. Match starts off. I think one of them throws a punch. Then Braun picks up Goldberg for the power slam. Goldberg gets off. Spear, pinfall kick out. Spear, kick out. Spear. No, that was not happening. He hits 3 spears, then a kick out, spear, then it's going for the jackhammer. Braun powers out, power slam, 1, 2. Yeah. Surprise. They actually went for it. With a day's worth of build-up, Braun Strowman goes to WrestleMania and wins the Universal Championship. He's actually won the Universal Championship for the first time in his career like that. That was how it happened. I don't know what to say. Yeah, Braun Strowman wins. He's the new Universal Champion. Match wasn't good. But then again, it was just finisher. And really, it's no build-up, no nothing. It was just, what the fuck ever. We just wanted, apparently, some people theorized, and I kind of agree with them when they say the only reason Braun won was that Goldberg couldn't lift him off for the jackhammer. It almost feels like that's what WWE did. They figured, oh, Braun Strowman's the best star we have. We can give him the title shot. And then they realized, oh shit, Goldberg can't actually lift him for the jackhammer. Braun has to win then. And there we go. And there we fucking go. The Fiend was sacrificed for that. Man, that Firefly Funhouse match better be good. Better rejuvenate the Fiend tomorrow. Speaking of something similar to the Firefly Funhouse, then we got to our main event of the night, the Boneyard match. So what is the Boneyard match? It's pretty much a buried alive match in a graveyard. Match starts off. A hearse arrives on the scene. Druids comes out of the van, pulls out a coffin, and inside is AJ Styles. Just to mock the dead man. Then he hears the dead man arriving on a bicycle, on a motorbike. It's truly Biker Taker. He comes to some sort of weird music. I don't know what the music track was. He arrives. He's never used that before. He arrives, and the match begins, and Taker starts beating the hell out of AJ. AJ then, Taker actually smashed his hand through the hearse window. No, they brawl for a bit, throw each other into the car, throw dirt at each other. Then Taker throws AJ into the grave. And then he's ambushed by Gallows and Anderson. And a bunch of druids, I guess. They start, Undertaker starts beating them up. Gallows and Anderson tries to fight off Undertaker with a shovel. Then Taker strikes back, knocks them down. Then is hit by a gravestone to the back of his head. Head by AJ Styles. Then Styles starts berating him, saying he's an old man, he's not worth anything. Taker gives him a small middle finger. Finger then is thrown into the grave. AJ starts up the truck. Truck is ready to dump the earth on him to win the match. And then Taker teleports. See? Told ya. Not the biker. Not just Biker Taker. It's a hybrid. He acts like Biker Taker, but he's still the dead man. As was proven later when he chases AJ up on top of the roof of the building, beats down Gallows and Anderson, throws Gallows and Anderson, summons fire to prevent Gallows and Anderson from leaving. He chokeslams, maybe not chokeslams, he throws Anderson off the building, tombstones Luke Gallows, chokeslams AJ through some sort of off the building, picks AJ off, says, I'm not going to hurt you. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. You gave me a good fight. Stands him in front of the grave. He walks away, turns around, big boot into the grave, dumps the earth on him. Gong hits, I guess that means. And we see AJ in the grave with just his hand sticking out of the grave. Taker gets on his bike, drives off, and that's how we end the night. It was well produced. It was cool. It was interesting. But I think I'm going to be the biggest fool out of everyone. Nobody's going to agree with me on this one. Nobody is going to agree with what I'm about to say. I want a rematch. And not a Boneyard match. I want a proper AJ Styles versus Undertaker match. In the ring, at an arena, fans or no fans, a rematch. The two of them in an actual match. Because I never really got that. The closest thing is what happened in Saudi Arabia. And that wasn't a match. It was a choke slam and a pinfall. After a gauntlet match. And this match, really, for as well produced as it was, did it really help AJ? Like, at all? Did it truly help AJ? It really didn't. It honestly kind of hurt AJ to lose again and again and again. Like he pointed out in his video package, Taker has cost him not once but twice, and now he beat him again. AJ had every advantage. Taker barely used his demonic powers, but yet that was it. That was all she wrote. That was enough to win. This, to me, it really didn't do AJ any favors. And I just... Again, I know people like this. And I know people like what they saw. But I just feel like this didn't do AJ any favors. And as someone who wanted to see AJ Styles versus The Undertaker, this wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want some sort of weird, spooky segment between them. I wanted a match. Before he's saying, oh, Taker can't go anymore, he can't wrestle anymore. It's not like he can't put on a decent match. People say, well, after WrestleMania 30, he just never recovered. His matches with Brock were good. Really good. I just think with the right opponent, he could possibly have a decent match again. And I feel AJ was the right opponent to do that. But we didn't really get a match here. This wasn't a match, this was a segment. I feel like I was screwed out of a match here. I feel like I didn't get a match. I know. I'm probably going to be in the minority. I'm probably going to be the one guy who's going to keep saying I wanted a match between them. A proper one. I'm going to be that one guy who's going to keep saying this wasn't what I wanted. Not saying I didn't enjoy what I saw. Not saying I didn't enjoy the Boneyard segment. But this wasn't a match. This wasn't good. This wasn't a wrestling match to me. The match that I wanted. I wanted AJ Styles versus The Undertaker. That's what I wanted. I wanted AJ Styles versus The Undertaker in a match. That's not what I got. It's not even close to what I got. So not saying that the Boneyard match wasn't cool. It was a cool thing to see. And I guess with the current circumstances, it was cool to see. But it feels so weird that my dream match turned into that. That AJ Styles vs Undertaker. The one time I got it, that's what happened. I feel like AJ Styles vs Undertaker hasn't really happened yet. The Gauntlet stuff in Saudi Arabia? Not really. This wasn't really a match. I know. I get it. I'm the one guy who's going to think about this. I'm the one guy who's going to complain about this. Yeah, that was night one. It was a very mixed thing for me. There were 2 good matches, 1 cool segment, and 1 average match, maybe 2 average matches, 1, I guess, bad match with Sami Zayn, 1, I guess you could call it a bad match with Goldberg and Braun, 1 mediocre match with a terrible finish with Shayna versus Becky. I don't know. This was weird. This was a weird show. Ladder match was good. And so was Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. And the Boneyard match is certainly something to experience. But yeah. Hopefully night 2 can pick up a little bit. And give us, give us a good wrestling show going forward. And Vince, don't do it again. Do not do that bullshit again. Do not take the obvious result of who should win a title match and ruin it. Drew needs to win, for fuck's sake.